guys, what's up? It's Josh. So I already filmed this week's video, the whole time before I'm doing it right now, and I lost my voice because I forgot that the mic was off. So that's awesome, dude. That's so good. I love filming video with the mic off. It's so fun, right? But for this week's video, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is how to be a fangirl, because I know that deep down inside, every single one of us has had that moment where we've seen that person that we either like, or it's just like a celebrity that we just love, like everything they do, and deep down inside, we just want to cry, and we're like, oh, I love you so much. And so for this week's video, I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on how to be a fangirl. I hope that you guys like this video, and if you laugh at any point, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. But with that being said, let's just get into what I came up with. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do in any situation, doesn't matter where you are, if you're at church, if you're in a park, if you're like at home, if you're at school, you could be on the train going to somewhere where you've never been. If you ever see that person that you like through a window, like maybe you pull the blinds down and they're outside, you're like, ooh. You need to scream and like just let it out, because then if that person sees you, maybe like through the window or something, that shows that like you appreciate them, because you're like freaking out that you actually see them. So I would say that's like the first step in being a fangirl. The second thing that you need to do is that you need to stalk that person. Like on Twitter, you need to hashtag, you need to do like a bunch of DMs, retweets, and then you need to go on Instagram, you need to do a bunch of edits, and then you need to go onto Snapchat and you need to send them videos and pictures, and then maybe at like some point, if they were to ever like see your snap and then they like replied to it, and then you like took a screenshot, and then you ever met them, and then you walked up to them, you're like, remember that time that you actually noticed me and I like took a screenshot of the picture, and like, oh my god, there's a connection between the two of us. I think that's like the second thing, is that you need to stalk that person, because there can be some benefits to that if they ever like reply to you. Alright, so the third thing that you need to do is that you need to cry just a little bit. Like, you need to cry so small, as soon as it comes out of your eyeball, you wipe it off just enough so that they can like see you, because then that shows that like you actually like them and you appreciate them and you're so happy to be standing next to them. So I would just say like one little tear is like perfect. Alright, the next thing that you need to do is you need to buy that person's merchandise, because then if you like take a picture in it and you like post it wherever, and then one day maybe they see it, or maybe you like put it on social media or whatever, and then one day you meet them and you like show them a picture, that will actually show them that you kind of appreciate them a little bit more, because you were like spending your own hard-earned money on the stuff that they came out with. So I would say if you buy their merchandise, that's usually another benefit if you ever meet that person, because that's like being a true fan, like you're buying their stuff. So I would say that's just another tip on how to be a fangirl. So the next step that you need to do, which is pretty important, is if you ever meet that person, you need to take as many pictures and selfies and anything that you can with that person. If you ever meet them and then one day, let's say like you met them in 2008 and then in 2015 you met them again, and then you did like a split screen thing on Instagram and there's two pictures beside each other, and then maybe you meet them a third time and then you go up to them and you like show them, and you're like, remember me? I'm 2008, and maybe they're like, yeah, I remember you. If they remember you, then that puts you on like another whole different level. But I would say that that is another way to fangirl. The next thing, which I think is pretty important, is if you ever meet that person that you fangirl over, you need to tell them everything you have done for them. So I mean, if you have pictures and posters and magazine rip-outs on your wall in your room, and then I mean, if they're like a musician, then you need to tell them like how many concerts you've been to and like what your favorite one was. Tell them everything that you really like about them. The very last thing that I came up with that will make you the ultimate fangirl of fangirls is that you need to post any like memory or any like picture that you have with that person on social media. Just like think, if that person was to ever go onto my social media and see my Twitter feed and see all of my stuff, what would you want them to like see on your Twitter? And so I would just say like, if you post pictures and like stuff about them, I would say that's another good thing on how to be a fangirl. Alright, so those are all of the tips that I could come up with. Leave me down in the comments the person that you fangirl over, because I am actually curious to see who you guys fangirl over. And also, one more thing, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat, all of that stuff is linked down below, so make sure that you go do that. With all of that being said, I think that this is the end of this week's video, and I hope that you guys liked it. And as always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye!